In a small town, there was a man named Ethan who was famous for one thing. He judged everyone he saw. The neighbor who dressed a bit shabby, he'd call him lazy. The woman who shed a tear at the market, just looking for attention. The homeless man on the street corner, nothing but a good-for-nothing. Ethan was convinced he was a cut above the rest. One stormy night, as he drove home, he saw a figure huddled on the side of the road. It was a homeless man, soaked to the bone, shivering while holding a soggy cardboard sign. Ethan rolled his eyes. "It's people like him that ruin our city," he muttered under his breath, and drove on without a second thought. But just a few miles down the road, disaster struck. His car skidded on the slick, wet asphalt, swerved into a ditch, and flipped over. Ethan was trapped, the cold seeping into his bones. He was bleeding, and a terrifying fear gripped him. There was no phone signal, not a single car passed by. What felt like minutes stretched into agonizing hours. Suddenly, he heard footsteps. A shadow fell over him. It was the same homeless man he had passed earlier. Ethan's heart pounded in his chest, his mind racing with the worst possible scenarios. But the man simply knelt down, his voice calm and reassuring. "Don't worry," he said softly. "I'm here." He carefully pulled Ethan from the mangled car, took off his own tattered coat, and wrapped it around Ethan's shivering body before running off to find help. When the ambulance arrived, Ethan's life was saved. At the hospital, desperate to thank his rescuer, he asked the paramedics, "Did he give a name? I need to find him, to repay him." One of the paramedics looked thoughtful and replied, "He did mention a name. Dr. Samuel Hayes. Said he was a surgeon who lost everything after a fire destroyed his home and his practice. He's been on the streets ever since." Ethan froze. The man he had dismissed as trash, the man he had judged so harshly, was once a brilliant doctor, a man who had dedicated his life to saving others and had just saved his. The very next day, Ethan went searching. He found Dr. Hayes sitting under a bridge, quietly watching the river flow by. Ethan sat down beside him. "I judged you," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion, "and you saved me. Please, let me help you now." Dr. Hayes turned and offered a faint, gentle smile. "You don't help people because they deserve it," he said. "You help because you can." From that day on, Ethan was a changed man. He stopped judging. He stopped assuming. He started to see the person, not the circumstance. And whenever someone asked what had caused such a profound change in him, Ethan would always reply with the same powerful words: "The person you look down on today might be the very one who lifts you up tomorrow." Thanks for watching. Remember to be kind, and we'll see you in the next one.